Well, welcome. Groucho's getting way ahead of himself here, already getting into the theme song of tonight's episode. We are the Fargonauts, back again with some Disney Rewind episodes of some popular 90s cartoons from Disney. And tonight's episode is the one and only TailSpin.
Yep.
Not particularly I don't know, would you say it's more popular? It was in there, and I maybe watched a few episodes
part of that.
But it wasn't a big one. It wasn't a big event one.
I mean, it's the like when you're saying the like Disney Saturday morning like action cartoons, you're saying DuckTales, you're saying Darkwing Duck, you're saying Chip 'n Dale, and you're saying TailSpin. Like those are the four that immediately, at least for me, always pop to mind when you say like Disney Saturday morning cartoons. Like those are the group right there. And then after that's Goof Troop, as far as like, you know, the most. I would say too, just because DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Chip 'n Dale, and TailSpin were like probably like the same block too. So you'd see like one after the other, you know?
Yeah.
Well, except Darkwing Duck started after DuckTales ended, but still like is the same situation.
What's really funny is that when I was looking at some of these episodes, this is like the first one that's like a part one.
Nice.
Like a full-on part one. So, I mean, the other episodes we watched probably weren't the actual first episode pilot of the show, but they were the first one on streaming.
I think they were. I think we watched the pilots for all of them. But TailSpin, I don't know. Maybe they just had more. Maybe their world's bigger that they need to set up. I don't know.
Yeah, because a lot of people might not know about Baloo or any of these characters. Like people know Chip 'n Dale through other media or other content, and then
the
people
DuckTales
know
characters too.
Exactly. So this is kind of like it's not our big tentpole, character. So we gotta kind of reestablish this world.
Well, and like Darkwing Duck, for instance, it does a very like OG back in the day comic book thing, which is like your first episode or your first issue is just like you're right in the action with the hero fighting and you're doing a case, and then like a few issues down the line or a few episodes down the line, then you do the origin. You know what I mean?
Right.
They did that with Darkwing Duck, 100%.
Yeah. Well,
but this was like.
Well, I just want to talk about what is this show about? Like when you say TailSpin, what comes to mind? Even not knowing.
It's a play on words, and a punish kind of, because it's spelled TALE spin instead of the airplane flying move a tailspin.
Airplane. Well,
that's because
to our sponsor for tonight, and we'll get more into the sponsor after we finish the episode. But anything else to say about this Brad show?
About this show?
Yeah, TailSpin. When you're in an airplane, I guess you're going in a tailspin, which is like you're crashing.
Tailspin is when it's at a rapid descent, and you're spiraling. And this is, using the spelling of like a tale, like a story. So you're like kind of.
It's got a lot of different meanings because you're spinning a tale too, like
spinning a yarn. Yeah, exactly. And it's based off of the Jungle Book, and features some of those characters, except as like even more anthropomorphized than they were in Jungle Book. So like Baloo is he's a pilot of some sort. I don't know what the fuck exactly he does.
He got his pilot license right
it's
after.
It's like a cargo pilot. Like he just things from one place to another.
That's what I remembered. Yeah, wasn't the plane like a boat plane too, or was that a different plane?
Oh yeah, so he's a bush pilot who's air cargo freight business. Is what? Yeah, so that's what he has. And then he comes across, King Louie is in there too. Shere Kahn is a bad guy. And then you got a bunch of original characters too, but
Is Bagheera in it?
I don't think so, which is odd.
Well, no, Mowgli
Baloo.
too.
Well, yeah, Mowgli, I get it if they're doing just anthropomorphic animals. Like, because this is even more, like we were saying, more anthropomorphized than the movie was, right?
They're wearing clothes.
Wearing clothes, they're flying planes and shit. Like,
Oh yeah, that's a big one too.
yeah.
The bare necessities
thing,
of life will fly.
Because this was, as we were when we were talking about, oh, I forget which show it was, but a thing came up where it was like Chippendale and TailSpin were like immediate responses to like DuckTales. Like DuckTales was doing so well, and they're like, "Hey, we need more like it." And like that's when TailSpin and Chippendale come about. What's crazy is like all of these shows only run for like 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But like this is like cartoon seasons. So like the one season of TailSpin's 65 episodes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with all of these. They all run for like a season or 2. But there's so many episodes because it's, you know, that cartoon schedule that you end up being able to do fucking reruns of it forever.
So Baloo is the main guy.
Yep. Then there's Little Boy.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of the voice actor who did Baloo? Like, cause he was in a lot of stuff. Like, I remember that guy was like the pre-Jim Cummings like go-to voice of like the father figure.
Dude, you know what his full name is? I mean, like Baloo. Baloo's got a full name.
Oh, does he?
Baloo von Bruenwald the 13th.
Oh my god.
Get it, Bruin?
Bear. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ed Gilbert was the voice actor's name.
The original one, right? Or the one in the
No,
show?
the one for TailSpin.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly, he was also in Transformers, G.I. Joe, played General Hawk in G.I. Joe. Like, he was in a bunch of other Disney shit. He played Dormammu in Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
When I think of Baloo, though, I think of the
OG.
Yeah, I think I hear it's Philip Harris, because he was like Thomas O'Malley in the Aristocats.
Oh yeah, Thomas O'Malley, the Alley Cat.
He was Little John in Robin Hood.
Yeah, which is basically Baloo.
Baloo.
Oh,
and that's the kind of one I was like.
He was Patoo in Rockadoodle, dude.
Nice.
Just trying to learn how to tie his shoes.
Patoo. Fucking Rockadoodle.
You big old little rain cloud.
Rain cloud.
Sun do shine, let it shine. Well, I want to get into this episode. I'm excited to get into this theme song after Bradshaw started bopping to it right away. So, well, real quickly, I'm going to get into today's sponsor. Hey, guys, I have a quick question. Are you tired of walking? Like, really tired of walking?
Yep.
Do you want to go somewhere hundreds of miles away, but only have a few hours?
Yep.
I'd love to. How do I do that?
Try airplanes. That's right, airplanes.
What?
The giant metal birds that yeet you across the sky at 600 miles per hour, all while you pretend not to exist next to a stranger who brought tuna salad. With airplanes, you'll experience unexpected turbulence, people clapping when you land, a drink the size of a thimble, and a bathroom that doubles as a portal to your worst decisions.
Shit, he's right.
I took an airplane once. I left New Jersey and woke up in Phoenix. I didn't even know how I had enemies in Phoenix, but I do now. And right now, when you whisper promo code FARGO to your TSA agent, absolutely nothing will happen, but you'll feel powerful, and you might get taken in the back. Airplanes, they don't flap, they just go. I want to thank airplanes for existing, and it's a great tie-in to TailSpin.
Yeah. Sure.
This was
as far as
a
transportation,
fun adventure.
Means go, airplanes, they're up there.
They are up there, then.
Airplanes are in the sky.
Yeah.
Airplanes in the sky. TailSpin, yeah, I'm a guy.
So this episode kind of introduced some bad guys and some side characters and our main group of dudes. We didn't see everybody because there are a few other people that get introduced later on.
That's part 2.
That's part of the, I guess, the group. Like, wasn't there like a mechanic girl or something like that?
Yeah.
Who, in my mind, if you would have asked me, I would have said that she was like an older sister or some sort of relation to Kit. I'm surprised that she's not.
So, yeah, she owns the like airline or whatever that Baloo does or whatever. I think that's who owns the Sea Duck, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Kind of makes sense because he says, like, I'm not a details guy, I'm a big picture guy, so she's the details person.
Yeah. And so, and her name is Rebecca. She is she's voiced by Sally Struthers.
Oh wow.
Rebecca Cunningham is her name. She was named after Kirstie Alley's character from Cheers.
Huh.
Rebecca. And the relationship of Baloo and her is patterned off of the relationship of Sam from Cheers and Rebecca.
Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. We noticed too, we were just already kind of noticing some slight similarities to, or some, direct analogs to like Star Wars, right?
Yeah, get into that a little bit. That was kind of fun to...
Yeah, you had the air pirates, you had what is essentially like the pilot bar, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's
type of...
It can't do that. There's milkshakes and shit and smoothies.
But, all the same, the scum and villainy.
Yep. And Baloo's there, and he meets Kit there. It's where they get together. They get his big ship fly. They get chased by the air pirates. And then as we're saying that, too, and talking about it, and Kit says his full name is Kit Cloudkicker, which obviously is like Skywalker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of fun, too. Which makes sense because this is end of the 80s, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
the beginning of the 90s, 91, something like that.
Well, then that it kind of makes Baloo like a mix of Han and Chewie, because
and a bit of Obi-Wan too.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
It's a Kit.
It's just like I noticed specifically in this scene here at Louie's, there are people that were like, once they connected Kit to Baloo, they treated Baloo with a sort of deference where it was like, oh, physically, I feel like you could take me, like everybody does with Chewbacca, where he's recognized.
Gonna rip your arm off.
Yeah, he's a giant bear, so why not? Like,
exactly.
Give the man his due.
I could eat you.
Their city they live in is named Cape Suzette, which is a pun on Cape Suzette, the food dish.
Oh wow, you're picking up a lot of stuff. What other fun little trivia tidbits are there? I would never have thought of Cape Suzette.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a good joke. It is a really good joke.
So I love the villain name of Don Carnage. That's great. So it's Carnage, obviously, but it's there's not. I'm sure there's other puns and whatever, but the voice cast, Wilson, you hit it on the head with Jim Cummings as Louie, but he also played someone else in there. You know who else he played?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
He plays a lot of people in the show. Plays a lot of people in the show.
So
like
if you're just
random odd characters.
Yeah, but if you're just calling out one person, I'm going to take a swing here.
Yep, it should be that.
I know exactly who it is. It's Don Carnage.
Yes, he is
This
Don
had to be
Carnage
Yeah, I was
as
going
well.
to say Don Carnage. But he's doing that higher
Yep.
register, like wacky Tigger almost.
Yeah,
Reflection.
and at the back of his throat too.
Yeah.
Almost a
So he goes,
Taz. I think he did Taz at one point.
Yeah,
But yeah, with all the like Spanish flair, whatever accent you want to call Don Carnage.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Some other voice actors. There's Charlie Adler, who you guys might know is Buster Bunny from Tiny Toon Adventures. He played the Big Heads on Rocko's Modern Life. Played Ickis on Our Real Monsters.
Yeah, he's got that kind of
Yeah.
like a high pitched, almost nasally scratchy.
Rob Paulson plays a pirate. Frank Welker plays a pirate. Like all these people you expect to see at this point. Another there's Lorenzo Music's in here as somebody. Michael Go, the guy who was Deckard Cain in Diablo. Yeah, he's in there.
Listen.
Is Colonel Ivanod Spigot, who's a wild boar. Let's see who else. There was somebody else in here. Oh, and Shere Kahn. Shere Kahn is voiced by Tony J, who was the voice of Frollo and Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yep. Tony J. He's
Megabyte.
He's my man.
Yeah, Megabyte and Reboot.
But he
the
was
biggest one was a Soul Reaver when he played the Wheel of Fate or whatever it was. The one Eldritch.
Yeah, we didn't see him yet. I think he probably comes in fucking episode 2 or
he's
part
playing
2.
Shere Kahn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Shere Kahn.
Hell yeah, the best. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, because the original voice of Shere Kahn was probably the same voice actor as King John in Robin Hood.
I got a dirty thumb. That guy.
Yeah.
Also,
But
there's a character in here. He does he work? Oh, there's another character in here whose name is where'd it go? Daring Dan Dawson, who is played by Cam Clark, making an appearance again.
Liquid is just in like everything that we're watching these days.
He's like Liquid. He gets in there, you know.
Yeah, he permeates.
Dan Castellaneta plays a voice.
Oh, I love Dan Castellaneta. He's it's. Can we
So, yeah,
go
it's
off
a lot
on
of
tangent
motherfuckers.
for a second? And it's Disney related, but it.
Tangent
You're
away.
good.
Well, I mean, that's just what we do. I'm sorry. I think
We do
at
it.
least
I'm not-
2 out
No,
of
no, no,
3 of us
I'm
have ADHD.
down.
You know, like can't
Calm
help
down,
my
dude. Go
natural
for it.
instincts. Dan Castellaneta is honestly like we've had if you're just looking at hours logged, Dan Castellaneta it has been the genie more than Robin Williams ever has.
Yeah.
And so that's the performance that I am more familiar with just because I've heard more time of it than Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's sad
It's-
to think about, though. I don't like thinking about that.
Why?
Just because I
I was
like,
thinking about
I like
It was a choice. It's not
Robin as
circumstance.
Genie is like they built the character around Robin, but like
Well, yeah.
Dan had
And
to
he's
take
doing
it
a
up.
Robin impression, but
Yeah, but I get what Wilson's saying.
To a
Also,
degree, yes.
it makes it bittersweet because
yeah. But like, you know,
But-
people often don't replay characters and animated stuff that other people often take over, so
he did a
It
great
happens.
inflection of like a Genie, you know, Robin Williams Genie. Like I don't know if he could do a Robin Williams straight, like acting straight, or you know.
yeah.
Well, yeah, who
But
knows?
that was
But-
a good interpretation of Genie.
I mean, he hit the notes of Robin Williams, but that also speaks to the idea of this show where we have somebody who's like playing Baloo as well, who to me really did like, even if it wasn't like tonally or you know,
It
whatever
felt
you wanna
like
describe it.
Baloo.
It felt like, if you compared the two voices, it would also sound like him to a degree.
Yeah, he
Right.
said is like, "Hey there, little britches." You know, those things he would say. You know, I'm gone.
The cadence and the
solid
feel.
Gone.
Some other voice actors that pop in for random roles. A lot of people from all the same shows. Corey Burton, once again, voice of Count Dooku and Cad Bane. He pops up again.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Tress MacNeille, the voice of Dot Warner and Babs Bunny.
Okay.
And Chip. She pops in there. Fucking Maurice LaMarche pops in as Al Capone.
The murderer's row of voice actors always showing up.
Tim Curry as Thaddeus E. Clang.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
We're getting stacked. I don't know if we're as stacked as Captain Planet, but we're getting there.
Captain Planet
Ace London.
Mind-blowing almost.
Well, Captain Planet had like just the we're gonna throw in some actors just to play little bits here and there, but like this is like if we're talking voice actors, we got like the cream of the crop. You know, it gets to the top.
Rises to the top.
There's a character named Ace London, who was a highly arrogant yet highly regarded Grey Wolf test pilot. Went to school with Baloo. He was voiced by Phil Hartman.
Wow. I love that. I like hearing that. That's cool because he does like I'm Troy McClure. You know, like those types of showcase. Like he's great. He's great at the like talk show, showcase, showdown kind of voices.
Right.
And your new car.
Fucking Alan Oppenheimer's in there again. Goddamn fucking Skeletor. He's in that bit. Mr. Pomeroy. Yeah, dude. So it's just, it's a lot of motherfuckers in this, just like all of them.
I don't know if it was recorded or caught, but I just want to say that I think one thing that this show has that sets it apart from some of the others is its general like optimistic tone.
Yes.
DuckTales is a very adventures like themed or coded show where it swings between drama or comedy or even more than drama, peril, like that adventure kind of peril.
Yep, I got you.
Darkwing Duck is very much like, you know, mystery and intrigue and a little bit of noir, but still comedy. And this is just like, it just feels
it's not as slapsticky as those ones. I can see where you're going.
It is almost more straight ahead. Sorry, I was just gonna say it was almost more like just straight ahead adventure show. There's no.
It feels like
kind of
swashbuckly, even though it's not taking place on the sea. It's just like that general like Errol Flynn like sliding down the sails kind of shit.
Oh, for sure. When the little kid used that rope to escape, like he used the banister to slide down. That was totally like Errol Flynn. You know, like
Bradshaw, your example of the like planes using grappling hooks on each other in the air and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking, and then just they're air pirates, right? So pirates obviously translates over to boat.
The main bad guy had a sword in an airplane.
Yeah, Don Carnage, good. He's a classic swashbuckler.
It's nice
and it's
that
like
each of these shows can have like a slightly different flavor.
Yes, 100%. They share some sort of connective tissue, which is that they're like at a base level are adventure shows, but they like all have their own flavor of said adventure show. The fucking planes are boats in the air. Dude.
Like it's all about like this camaraderie or like this optimism, and I mean there are elements of that in like we talked about the DuckTales, how it was like it was sweet that Scrooge McDuck like saw himself in the boys, you know, he like felt a deep connection to them, and that like he wants to spend more time, and he values that more than his money. So that was kind of a nice sentiment. But this seems like these two individuals, Baloo and Kit, find a family. Like it's the found family thing, maybe.
Yeah. I would very much call it that because and Kit is an orphan, so Baloo like taking him in is. If you at least know that about Kit, you're gonna think like, okay, this is family dynamic,
which is a good sentiment too, you know.
You're a good sentiment, dude.
Man, it also fits into that Disney trope dynamic of like the single parent for one reason or another.
Yeah, like Goof Troop, yeah.
Well, Little Mermaid, like just ad nauseum Disney movies that have portrayed like one parent.
Yeah,
for
Bambi getting orphaned, yeah.
Yep.
Even most of these shows so far, you know what I mean? Like it's Scrooge taking care of the kids. It's
or Donald.
You know, it's Goofy and Max. It's you know what I mean? It's Darkwing and his niece or whatever the fuck, and then like
and
they're all kind of single parents in it too.
Can I ask you, Bradshaw, do we have the 2017 DuckTales on the docket for things to
we don't
no. Can I ask that we add it? Because that, like...
If you want, yeah, I don't care. I was just, I when I was doing it, I was just trying to stick into that specific time frame. You know what I mean? I've been saying, you know what I mean, a lot tonight. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm saying that a lot tonight, but
okay.
Yeah, I just did. I don't know why. I just yeah, I didn't put it on there just simply because I was just doing 90s shows, 80s, 90s. But we can. I don't care because they do. Right, there are there are, you know, like all these other guys. They some of the cast of this appears in DuckTales as well. Asada. Don Carnage and the Sky Pirates are in an episode. There's an adult version of Kit, and then Molly Cunningham, which is I think that is Rebecca's daughter, or maybe it's her sister. I don't remember. They're in there as well, and then Baloo has a cameo in it as well. So like, yeah, like all of these other ones in that kind of adventure realm, they do appear in the 2017 DuckTales. So.
We just have like mentioned that show a number of times, and
yeah, because of all the appearances and shit.
We should do like because DuckTales wasn't our first, but it was it's
well,
up there.
Why not? If there was something, if we got onto doing the Hercules and Aladdin and these other spin-off shows, and there was something that tied all of those together, I'd say we might as well visit that.
Right.
Yeah, and so far they have made Chippendales, like they redone Chippendales, but it's like they're shorts or something, aren't they? Like a shorter version.
Yeah, but that's just like regular Chippendale, though. That's not Rescue Rangers.
True. But this is a direct spin-off of DuckTales, so it's kind of the only one of ours so far that has done that revitalization.
Mm-hmm. As Wilson brought up too when we were recording, it had a video game. It's had comic books. It's had, I guess, multiple video games maybe. And like you said, maybe just one.
I think that it said Nintendo and a Genesis version, probably just the same game, consoles.
Right. So it did permeate like a lot of those action cartoons for the Disney. I've always been saying Disney Saturday morning. These ones, a lot, like there's a good chunk of these, or most of them, that were the Disney afternoon shows. That's why there's like 65 episodes in one season, because they were, like once a week or whatever, or once a day. So yeah, most of these are I'm sure there's somebody who will watch this at some point and be like, dude, these aren't Disney Saturday morning, they're Disney afternoon. So yeah, there you go. I realize that, but
fair enough. That's fair enough.
But yeah, I enjoy this a lot.
Me too.
It had that thing that like they've all been good, but like Goof Troop, DuckTales, and this all kind of have like a little extra stank on it. You know what I mean? Like a little more to it. Where the others were, while good, were pretty straight up what they are, you know? No kind of extra sauce on it. If that makes sense.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's the surface element of like with this and like adventure, plain, swashbuckling,
Yeah.
Jungle Book adventure. Underneath, there's some family elements. There are some like socioeconomic elements of like this.
There's like real story going on. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a continued story of this crew coming together and their adventures and their reputation building and
Yeah. Goof Troop has that, like, you know, like actually as a 90s like sitcom about a single dad and his kid.
Animated sitcom. I love
Yeah.
it. God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they all those the 3 out of the 5 we've done just have a little bit extra stank on it, a little more sauce on it. While the other ones still good, we're pretty much straight ahead. You know, This is what we are. Here it is, which is fine. I'm not saying they're bad, just that they're a little bit more straightforward.
Hot dog, diggity dog. We got ears, it's time for cheers. Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when we finally get to do some rankings of these, because I want to really scrutinize some of these and really find what one I connected with the most and like make that like that's mine. Like that's a great.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
TailSpin Chiefy.
Yeah, because this episode definitely, just like with Goof Troop, made me want to watch more. You know?
Yeah,
like,
I want to know the story. I want to see their relationship build. I want to want
more adventures.
Even if I jump like 5 episodes ahead.
Well, Darkwing Duck made me feel that way as well, but it made me feel that the least out of any of them.
I was just that's why I brought that up, like when we rank these, because so far I think that was like that episode, the one we watched. Like I don't know if that was the pilot or whatever, but it is a 2-parter, honestly. But giving it a fair shake, out of all of these so far, it was the weakest.
Well, but that's
but
like
I loved the noir style, and I know it is trying to invoke, and all those elements are there when you watch the series as a whole. But that episode wasn't as strong as some of these other first episodes.
Yeah. So like I said, it was just a very straightforward. Very straightforward. It's like a single issue comic. You know what I mean? Like it's just, here it is. Here's introduce villain. Here's what makes him the villain. Interaction with hero. Villain defeated. You know what I mean? Like it's very straightforward.
We've had an Archie comic. We've had a the Shadow, and now we've had the Phantom. Maybe.
Yep. Little Batman.
Well, who's Batman? Well, yes, I mean Batman. That's why I said Shadow. You know,
yeah. Components of Batman.
Exactly. Just trying to like really dilute it down to
other elements.
Base elements.
Yeah. It's too on the nose with that one.
I mean, you know, it's got a lot of Batman the animated series in it too. Yeah. So I mean, we have now kind of completed the like the big time OGs. You know. There's still Gummy Bears, which is technically like older than most of these. But I mean, like it comes to mind when you're thinking these Disney animated series, it's usually these motherfuckers you think of right away. You know, your DuckTales, Darkwings, Chip and Dale, TailSpin, Duckwing Dark, dude. And then you know, Goof Troop, but then so now we're gonna start getting into maybe some ones we're not as familiar with, or ones that are gonna be, you know, different tones than this.
Very different tones. I can see that.
Yeah, because next we have Bonkers.
Bonkers and Marsupilami and Gargoyles.
I'm trying to, in my mind, without looking it up, like place what Bonkers looks like. Is it a
think of like a short, doofy?
Well, don't tell me.
Give you imagery.
So yeah, is it? You said short. I was going to start with that. It's short. Goofy kind of looking black and white colored mostly? Maybe with like a red
Nope.
nose or something?
No.
Red nose, yes.
Yeah, red nose.
Huh. Okay. So what?
Think of like
Bonkers.
the short, goofy, like cousin of Chester the cheetah, kind of. He's orange. He's orange, and he's got.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
He's
got
a police
cop
officer. Yeah.
Yep. Because
So that was
Yeah.
So we're 5 deep. So next is Bonkers. Then we'll have
That'd be fun.
New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
well, that feels like
yeah.
that should come before Bonkers to me.
It feels like it should come on Bonkers.
But I mean, or
It might be fun. It might be fun to just kind of throw that random energy in there. Yeah. And then after Winnie the Pooh's Gargoyles.
That's a great tonal shift
Oh
there.
my gosh!
yeah,
Wow.
I
And
like
then
how
after
we're doing
Gargoyles.
that.
Yeah. Then
Palate
after
cleansers.
Gargoyles. Yep. After Gargoyles is Gummy Bears.
Again, tonal shift
And then,
there.
yep. And then after Gummy Bears is Marsupilami.
I was wondering if that was in there. I know that we talked about
Yep.
it, but I don't remember that
Oh,
being
yeah, it's in
Disney at all.
I love how we
It-
didn't like space the bangers in between
No,
these
yeah.
weird
It's
ones.
because
Oh, we
because we
front-loaded for
we were
sure.
literally doing it just based off of my list.
Yeah.
So the beginning is all stuff that I remember right
All the
away.
ones we knew
you know?
right away, and then it's like, oh yeah, bonkers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Marsupilami. Yeah.
I've been thinking about this, like genuinely. I've been thinking and just dreading asking, are we watching Pepper Ann?
Yes. Oh yeah. Dude.
That was
so
like early 2000s still. Or was it? Did it
After-
come out in the 90s?
it was like mid to late 90s, maybe 99, maybe I don't know. Marsupilami. After Marsupilami is Recess, and then after Recess is Pepper Ann,
Okay.
and then after Pepper Ann is Mighty Ducks.
It's-
Oh my gosh!
wow.
Yep.
I would say
Well-
here's a call out to other people.
This is only the beginning.
I know. I want to call out to other people if
That's
they
awesome.
made it this far. Thank you for listening to us go on our tangents and digressions. But I want to know, first of all, which one of these is your favorite. And it doesn't have to be ones we watched already, but I do also want to know which ones we should cover that we haven't had on our list that Broadshow just said. Because there might be a few on there that we could dig up somehow if they're not on Disney. Because there was like a what was it? Disney's One Saturday Morning had a few things that
Yeah.
also
Yeah, that's like recesses from the
Right.
Saturday morning.
but there's like a Martian,
Yeah, like a couple of these.
a Martian one and like my teacher is a dog or something like that.
Oh my gosh! I'm
Pet
Yeah.
Pet Teacher was it called or something? It was like a blue dog.
Teacher's pet. It was teacher's pet.
pet teacher.
Pet teacher. I like
This is
it.
my pet.
I never
Mrs.
watched
Dawson.
it. I never watched it. So
She teaches English. Go ahead and speak, Miss Dawson.
Pepper Ann One Saturday Morning also.
yeah,
Pepper Ann was 1997, by the way.
that was late. You said late. Okay, but yeah, I
Yeah.
do want to know. Just throwing it out there, I want other people to maybe chime in on some other shows maybe we don't have on our list, and yeah, let us know your thoughts on
Listen.
the ones we watched.
Listen, if they have suggestions, I don't want them because I looked at all of them and I chose. And if they're not on there, it's because either A, it's based off of a movie outside of New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, just because I wanted those vibes in there. It's either based off a movie or I thought it was bullshit.
One of
So-
them that I do want to omit is gummy bears. I don't know if I'm ever gonna care. I'm like, yeah, it makes me think
You
about
have to.
eating gummy bears. I want to eat gummy bears.
It's not about the gummy bears. It's not
See-
about candy.
It's gonna make me think about it though. You can't stop that.
Yes, chocolate.
Can't stop, won't stop. I'm gonna eat gummy bears.
But like gummy bears is like it was a big one. Like it sold a lot of merchandise back in the day.
It did. I remember like the pull of it, even though I didn't watch it that much. I remember.
Yeah, it's just that yeah,
Gummy bears.
it's just it was older than we were. You know, like my brother probably watched it, but like it was. I'd catch reruns sometimes, but it was not getting the same amount of reruns as the ones we've watched already. Yeah.
All right.
You know,
Want to thank everybody for watching. Definitely go check out Airplanes whenever you're in the mood to travel.
airplane into the night sky like shooting star.
Look up. Simple as that. Just tilt your head up,
This way.
look that way. Don't look directly into the sun, but just look up into the sky.
There you go. I'll leave it there. We
Yeah,
Fargonauts to be continued next time when we watch
Shooting
what
star.
Rocho? We're watching
Bonkers.
Bonkers.
I don't know if that's on Disney
One that
Plus.
I-
It might be.
It is, but one that I have not
Okay.
seen. So
Oh, really?
I know the
At least-
song. I know the
At
song.
least Pepper Ann still has something anthropomorphic in it. Because they anthropomorphize a stoner, where they make it a hacky sack, beanie wearing, tie dye dyeing, sandal.